Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what wouldn't they tell others about you and keep to themselves instead. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Have your person in mind when picking a pile. So for pile number 1, we have the blue Howlite crystal with the King of Cups. For pile number 2, we have green Opal with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. And for pile 3, we have red Jasper with the 7 of Wands. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Hopefully by now you have picked a pile. If not, you can pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this blue Howlite crystal in the King of Cups, then this is your reading. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date with what I post daily. I am going to be doing a giveaway when I reach 25k subs, so if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on any of my recent uploads. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what wouldn't they tell others about you and keep to themselves instead. So please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. So as I shuffle the cards, keep your person in mind. So spirit guides of pile number 1s, what wouldn't they tell others about pile 1 and keep to themselves instead? So we have the 7 of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Knight of Cups. What wouldn't they tell others about pile number 1 and keep to themselves instead? The Hangman in the reverse. The Devil in the reverse. And the Star in the reverse. Okay, at the back of the deck we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. I think I'm hearing a song. I think it's Tommy Richmond. Last night, something like that, and he said something in the song like, we don't talk about what happened last night. So I don't know what that would represent for this pile. I think it could be different for all of you. But let me just read these cards. I'm just trying to analyze them and understand what's going on here. Okay, so Spirit is showing me with the King of Cups, 7 of Swords reverse. It's like we all perhaps have some kind of baggage of our own emotionally that we somehow carry into our relationships. You know, traumas of our own, things that we've gone through, things that we have experienced that haven't been the greatest. And sometimes we carry that emotional baggage into our relationships, and it may affect our relationships in ways we don't want, unintentionally. And it's sort of like we have to learn the lessons from the unintentional pain we may be inflicting on the other person due to our own pain, or we may be learning lessons around how to have a healthy relationship after not experiencing that all our life. So there's this kind of energy of this person not really telling people the hardships maybe you've gone through together in your connection as a result of maybe both of you, for example, having trust issues, or both of you just having your own emotional things to deal with and then sort of unintentionally putting that on each other. And that can sometimes happen when we have unhealed traumas or unprocessed emotions. We can sort of unintentionally let it affect our relationships that we want to be healthy. So this person has been trying to learn to be a better person, to be more emotionally aware, self-aware of how they let their emotions affect them, so that they can be more in control of their emotions rather than letting their emotions take control of them. And they have realized that if they can find that they can regulate their nervous system or their emotions and be in control over their emotions, that, there could be a lot more love within your connection, regardless of what this connection is. If it's a romantic, platonic connection, there could just be more healthy love overall in your connection if a lot of these things were learned. And the reason I say learned is because I'm seeing bookshelves, and to me, that represents wisdom, learning things when I'm asking Spirit for the clarification here. So I'm using a mix of clairvoyance and interpreting it with a mix of these cards here. And it's basically like there would be more affection and more of a sense of comfortability between the two of you if those things are learned through. But sometimes they take time. And that's what I see with the hangman here. Though, with it being in the reverse, it's sort of like sometimes this person just wishes that they could sort of just let this go quickly. I'm hearing another song now by clairaudience. I'm not sure what the song's called, but she says something along the lines of, I wrote a million songs, something like that, but I still can't heal the wound. So it's sort of like this person's trying and trying and trying to heal, but it takes time. Healing is not linear. It's sort of like unpeeling layers. Spirit is showing me Shrek when he's like, I have a lot of layers. It's like you're unpeeling certain layers of emotions and traumas so that I'm almost seeing their aura can be clear of that and have none of that emotional baggage sort of, what's the word? Affecting your connection, but also affecting the way they see love. Because I sort of feel like this person has had this, I'm trying to find the right word, the distorted view of love due to their past traumas and past issues. It's like they've had a distorted view of love, and maybe they're trying to find a more healthy view of love, a more healthy view of viewing the world, because a lot of the times when we go through things like this, we can start to look at the world with this perception that the world is bad and that we can't trust anybody. And it kind of makes it hard to let people in. So I see this person currently thinking about this, currently trying to work through this, gain wisdom from this, grow from this, but it may be taking time. And sometimes they tend to doubt the people in their life and their intentions because of their false perception of, well, not false, distorted perception of maybe how love has treated them before in unhealthy ways. Their previous, maybe partners, their family, bullying, whatever it is, it can be different for everybody, but this person may not be actually revealing to people how hard it is to heal so that you can have a healthier relationship, so that you can build a healthier relationship, because it's sort of like that's too deep to tell people. That would be oversharing to this person, if that makes sense. So also what they don't tell others and keep to themselves about you is, a sense of impatience, like, can I just let this go already? Also with the star in reverse, sometimes this person, I don't mean for this reading to be so triggering. It's going to be a very emotional reading from these cards. I even feel myself getting emotional, but it's sort of like this person has felt hopeless at times because of these things maybe affecting them. With the devil in reverse, it's kind of like sometimes this person has a hard time saying sorry. Sometimes this person has a hard time accepting that they can be wrong in certain situations. And also, I'm seeing an energy here where maybe how their past trauma has affected them, it's sort of like they've took on certain traits from that they don't want to take on. So sometimes they find themselves unintentionally, unconsciously treating the people around them like those that hurt them treated them. And it's sort of like an unconscious thing where the victim becomes the villain, is what I'm hearing in my mind. And it's not that this person doesn't love you. I really feel like they're trying to be a better person. They just don't know what healthy love is. They've never been shown healthy love. And I have immense compassion for this person, but I also understand if you have left this person behind, why you did, or if you are struggling to, stay in a relationship with this person because of them, affecting you in negative ways, then I also understand that their pain does not give an excuse to inflict pain onto you. And that's what I want to say here. So they may not talk about the sort of things you guys have to heal in this connection, where sometimes it feels impossible to heal with the star in reverse. Sometimes it feels hopeless to them, like, is it ever going to get better? And that is what I'm seeing here. I didn't expect this reading to feel so sad. Like, I feel so sad in this energy. This person almost has like this dark cloud of rain over their head, metaphorically. Okay, so let's get some more cards. What wouldn't they tell anybody about pile number 1 and keep to themselves instead? So we have the Magician in the reverse. You have so many reversals. Page of Wands reversed. My deck's not even upside down. The Eight of Wands. I'm almost sensing with the Magician in reverse, I'm clairvoyantly seeing a stairs go downwards. And sometimes this person may have felt like they've gone backwards in life. Like they've sort of, I want to say degrown. I don't think that's even a word, but it feels like they feel they've gone backwards in life. And it feels like they feel like they haven't necessarily done the things they've intended for this connection. So, Spirit is giving me an example of, when you have some kind of soul contract with a person, or you and a certain soul choose to do an incarnation together where you have a certain type of relationship together and intention to maybe heal that connection, or to maybe do something with that connection, because maybe in the past life there was unresolved issues that were never healed. So then the soul and the other soul reincarnates again to kind of like clear that past hurt and pain. But it's sort of like when we come back into the incarnation, we experience more hurt and pain, and then it affects us in a different way. And it's sort of like we didn't get to do what the soul intended to do. And what we create out of the relationship is much different than what was intended in the beginning. So it doesn't necessarily have to be from a soul's perspective, but Spirit is using that as an example. So perhaps you and this person have some kind of soul contract you're meant to be working through in this lifetime. And remember, soul contracts can be burned, is what Spirit is showing me. But there are still certain lessons that need to be learned. Otherwise, the lessons come back around. So once we learn that lesson, we can sort of burn that soul contract so that it no longer affects us if it is showing up within negative ways. And sometimes the soul contract may be good, but it's sort of like the life experiences of what we went through and the trauma we've picked up on and everything like that distorts the perception of love and distorts the way we show love, where it's not healthy anymore. And that's what I'm getting from the Magician in reverse. It's kind of like this person had certain good intentions towards you, but it's sort of like what they created in the relationship is much different from what they intended. Like Spirit is showing me another example of, let's say you want to paint something and you have a certain vision in your mind of what you want to paint, and you actually paint it on the canvas and it looks nothing like your vision you had in mind. Maybe it looks a little bit even weird, like I don't know if you've ever tried to paint something and it just doesn't look the way we intend. I've tried that before. But anyways, Page of Wands reverse. What is this, Spirit? It was like in the beginning of the relationship, there was so much passion, so much excitement, so much of, what we could do and what we could be moving forward in the future. But now it just feels like maybe the passion has been lost in some way, but not because the relationship is no longer passionate, but it's sort of like because this person has lost hope. It creates the struggle with moving forward from maybe the things that have previously happened within your connection. It's kind of tainted the relationship a little bit. The previous things that have happened in your connection where maybe both of you find it hard to fully let each other in after, the pain we've experienced within this connection. Again, it's sort of unintentional, is what Spirit is showing me. This person has never intentionally hurt you, but it's sort of like because maybe they weren't emotionally available or because they never healed from something, it's sort of like they unintentionally put it onto you. And I don't know what your relationship is like to this person, but yeah, this is what's coming through. I guess it could be different for all of you. Maybe some of you have left this person behind. Maybe others of you are still with this person trying to heal this connection. Because I'm even seeing a vision of couples counseling. So I think that could be good for some of you if you have felt called to do that or if you're already there. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but I'm just seeing that for somebody here. Next, we have the Chariot. We have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So with the Chariot, Two of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like we both want to move forward from what maybe happened in the past, but there's a sort of indecisiveness here with the Two of Swords in reverse. I'm hearing, am I even good enough for you? Like, this person almost feels like you deserve better. Yeah, that's true, because the Queen of Wands is behind that. I said that before I saw the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is usually a character in tarot that knows her worth, that is very independent, very bold. And she knows her worth. She'll walk away from anybody that isn't treating her right. So it's almost like this person feels as though maybe you deserve a lot better than them. And maybe they want to try and heal, but it's sort of like, can I actually heal? Can I actually move forward from this? Is it even worth it? What if we just end up hurting each other more? So this person's kind of not knowing what to do right now with the Two of Swords in reverse. And this may be what they aren't necessarily telling others about you, but keeping to themselves. And that is understandable, I guess. Next, we have the Fool. So it's almost like they're wondering, is it better if maybe you just move on? Maybe you'll have a better love come your way than them. It's sort of like this person doesn't necessarily feel good enough. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is what I was talking about. Like, it feels like they're growing backwards. And sometimes I just read the cards literally because I'm just seeing plants here. I'm not reading it as like the tarot card meaning, but just intuitively. But Nine of Pentacles reverse kind of makes me also feel like Nine of Pentacles upright is like independent as well. Very much like what you're putting in coming back to you in the result. So it's almost like we're not necessarily seeing any results. Think of a plant where maybe we've grown this plant, but this plant is wilting. So now we're not really sure if we should put it in a new pot, start all over. Like, we're not really sure what to do because it hasn't grown the way we intended to. That's what they feel about the relationship right now and what they may not be telling anybody. And it's sort of like, I feel an energy of codependence. Like, we can sometimes be a little bit codependent on each other. And this person almost feels like they can't imagine a life without you. but they also don't want to be selfish and keep you in a relationship where maybe they don't know if you're unhappy or if you're happy. That's what I'm just getting intuitively. And I also got a vision now and I just lost it. I'm trying to remember. I lost it. Maybe it will come back to me. So we have the Hierophant in the reverse. So yeah, it's like we haven't necessarily learned the lessons we intended to learn on the soul's path. And look at the stairs going down in this reversed card. That's so uncanny that I saw that vision and it's literally showing up here. Like stairs going down. Oh, the vision came back to me. So I'm seeing Shrek again. I don't know why he's showing up so much within my readings lately. I'm seeing a vision of Shrek, the scene where the Prince Charming's mother says to Shrek, "If you love her, let her go." So it's almost like I feel like crying when I get to this part of the reading. I'm just overcome with so much of this person's emotions. Like, they don't want to let you go, but it's almost like they feel selfish for not letting you go because they may feel like you could have a person that loves you in a healthy way. And they're really trying, but it almost feels like what they're trying to do is not going to be good enough. I'm just trying to collect myself emotionally because I just feel very emotional at this part of the reading because I'm feeling into this person's emotions energetically and I'm feeling it as if I'm experiencing it, as if I'm your person, if that makes sense. I'm gonna get your oracle cards now. I feel immense regret from this person, like regret of maybe the way things went, where it was unintended. And I completely maybe even understand your perspective as well, because maybe you don't like experiencing this within this connection. And maybe you have also thought of moving on or leaving this behind. I completely understand both sides of the story. So we have achievement with effort plus intention. And with the buffalo here, I'm getting this message of we've worked so hard to put an effort towards this connection, to allow this connection to grow, but it almost feels like sometimes our effort doesn't actually match up to the results that we're seeing. It's like sometimes we try so hard and then something almost messes up our effort because I'm clairvoyantly seeing an image of us trying to build a sandcastle and then the water just sort of washes it away. We have wings of light with becoming something new. So this person may not necessarily be telling people about your literal achievements in your career, about the fact that this person's trying to transform and become a different person, become what maybe you need them to be. And we have wisdom with learning, joy, art, and music. So I think this is the gist of what I said before. They're trying to learn wisdom from the situations. They're trying to have more of this pure, genuine love for you, where you feel that pure, genuine love, because they do have pure intentions towards you, but sometimes things just get lost in translation and things just don't happen exactly the way we intend them to. And we have deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. I think this is a confirmation of what I said with the past life energy. So maybe you and this person, maybe this person feels as though these sort of emotions with you are so deep and so intense that they feel like they've met you before, maybe in a different life, but maybe they don't tell people that because it sounds very woo-woo. And I know a lot of the times when you bring things up like that to people, especially strangers, you don't know what their reactions are going to be like. Maybe they don't even tell people about the deep emotions they have for you because it's almost like they keep that to themselves. And it's for a reason. I'm not sure why, but it's for a reason. So I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading. This reading was quite heavy, so yeah, I really hope this reading resonated with you, pile number one. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this green opal crystal in the Seven of Pentacles reverse, then this is your reading. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you like tarot content and if you would like to stay up to date with what I post daily. I am going to be doing a giveaway when I reach 25k subs, so if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on any of my recent uploads. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what they don't necessarily tell others about you and keep to themselves instead. So when I was about to start your reading, okay, take what resonates, leave the rest, I saw the angel number 3333. And the Seven of Pentacles here, as I look at this card, I'm kind of getting an intuitive message here because we see the plant that has grown on the outside, but we don't necessarily see the growth that's happening behind the scenes by the roots. The strong foundation, we're growing together in some way. So it's kind of like the number 3 resonates with growth, expansion, that kind of energy, but also support. So it's kind of like you're supporting each other's individual growth, motivating each other, helping each other become the best versions of yourself. It's sort of like you two are shaping each other into the people you're meant to become, helping each other become that higher self version of yourself, or that best or favorite version of yourself that you intend to become. And also the growth you've had together within your connection. They don't necessarily speak about that or what's necessarily happening behind the scenes for both of you individually and in your connection. They only show the sort of outside appearance or result of that through your connection, but not what necessarily happens behind the scenes or the strong foundation you're creating together. They may tell others that you two motivate each other and inspire each other to become a better person, but they may not show what goes behind that. So, spirit guides of pile number 2, spirit guides of pile number 2. What wouldn't they tell others about pile 2 and keep to themselves instead? So we have the 8 of Cups. We have the Fool. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ten of Swords, and Strength. Okay, so I'm hearing the word separation when I look at the 8 of Cups. Maybe this person believes that they are in separation with you. For others of you, you both walked away because maybe you realize that things just weren't necessarily getting better within the connection in the past. I see a lot of conflict here, the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. So it's almost like maybe for a lot of you watching, this was a mutual decision where both of you found that, maybe it just wasn't healthy, or maybe it just wasn't working in the long term with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And with that beginning message, maybe the lessons you learned, since the Page of Swords is at the back of the deck, I'm taking it as lessons. Maybe the lessons you've learned, the realizations you've had together with these kind of light bulbs, have almost helped both of you transform into better people, where this person is trying to transform, trying to become a better person. And maybe there was this feeling of you two trying to create a stronger foundation together, but maybe it just didn't happen like you wanted it to. It just didn't go the way you wanted it to. Because when I saw your cards, I kind of or your energy, I kind of saw the Nine of Cups in reverse in my mind's eye. So that to me represents not necessarily getting what we want out of a situation for both of us. And I feel this has made this person very insecure. It's made them almost not feel good enough. Made them feel like what they tried to do was unsuccessful in some way. Because I feel their energy, I feel a wound in my solar plexus chakra in their energy. So that relates to self-worth, the way we view ourselves. A wound there could relate to maybe not feeling good enough, things like that, feeling embarrassed about why things ended. So they may not necessarily talk about why things ended between the two of you, but they may just say that it was a mutual decision and both of you saw that it wasn't going to last in the long run, so both of you just decided to sort of let each other go. But what I do want to say here is what they don't necessarily tell others and keep to themselves instead is there is a secret hope here of the thought of you two coming back together and having a reunion. I'm hearing reunion in my mind as I look at the Fool. So I don't know if you actually want this person back or not, but they believe that maybe you two could bump into each other again if it's meant to be, that maybe sort of like destiny will bring you two together if it's meant to be. It's sort of like they're letting go and trusting the universe, not necessarily forcing it to happen or intentionally trying to come back into your life, but sort of just letting the universe decide for them, or God, whatever this person believes in, because they secretly feel that, maybe in the future you can heal the connection if both of you become the people that you're meant to become. So with the little child here, little dog, and old man, big dog, it's kind of like once we grow a little bit more, once we start to learn more, maybe we will be able to love each other in a better way. Maybe we'll be able to make it a longer connection. That's what I see here. So with Strength and the Ten of Swords, it's kind of like your connection was strong. They felt a strong connection to you. They still feel this strong pull to you. And sometimes they worry that maybe this never ever actually happens. And what if it's just delusion? Or Nine of Swords, what if it's just them having wishful thinking, I'm hearing. But it's like they're sort of hoping that the strength of your connection will stand the test of time and bring you two together again. They want to be brave and have courage to become a better version of self because it is very uncomfortable trying to grow. It's like I'm seeing growing pains in some way. I actually know what that's like physically. Long story short, I had a growth spurt when I was younger and I had painful growing pains like in my legs. So this bird is showing me a vision of that. So it's almost like it's painful for this person to grow. It's something that gets them outside of their comfort zone. It really tests them, is what I want to say. And sometimes they want to run away from their own growth and just stay the same because that's the easy way, but it won't lead to the result they want in the end. So this is what they don't necessarily tell other people, but think about themselves. Like, I hope that we do eventually find each other. And as I look at this Nine of Swords card, I'm kind of seeing here, I noticed there's like a invisible bed frame. So I'm getting a mental image of, when you move out of the house and you kind of imagine all the furniture that was there, and it's like a bittersweet feeling of saying goodbye to that house and starting a new journey elsewhere. It's kind of like this person is saying goodbye to you for now, but hoping that you two will find each other again. And it's sort of like the invisible memories. You're no longer physically there in their life, but it's sort of like they reminisce on these sort of invisible memories that are in their mind where they're not physically there, but it's sort of like they have those flashbacks of what happened and what could have been. This person doesn't tell people about how they necessarily like reminisce on your memories. Even with the pillow here, I'm thinking of maybe having certain dreams or nightmares about you two never getting back together, or certain dreams about you. I feel like they're constantly having dreams about you, but they don't tell people about that. So, spirit guides of pile number 2. What don't they necessarily tell other people about pile 2 but keep to themselves? So, 6 of Wands reversed, unsuccessful relationship. And it's sort of like other people see the hands cheering them on. Other people kind of was hoping. And I just saw 11. Okay, I just saw 11, 12, and I missed 11, 11. So it kind of feels like a missed opportunity. Even with the Ace of Pentacles reverse, it's like we missed the opportunity to actually make this a successful connection. Maybe there were certain opportunities where we could have done certain things to help the connection more, but it's like we missed those opportunities. And maybe other people can't actually fathom that you two broke apart in some way because they were really rooting for the connection and they thought the connection would be successful and last, but it didn't happen that way. So we have the 5 of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, there was a betrayal here, which is why the connection ended in the first place. For others of you, this was self-betrayal, where maybe they unconsciously self-sabotage the connection. And I feel like both of you contributed to the ending of the connection for some of you, whereas for others of you, it was mostly this person and you constantly fought about the same thing over and over again. I'm seeing different scenarios here, so either or of those, whatever you resonate with. And with the Knight of Cups here, it's sort of like even though this happened, they still have love for you, they still miss you, they still want to give you love, but maybe they're realizing that maybe they messed up, because I'm seeing a lot of regret here and a lot of guilt and a lot of like, why didn't I do this? You know, when you do something and you're like, why didn't I do this the correct way? And it's sort of like they wish they can go back in time and fix things. I'm seeing something about that. So it's actually quite uncanny. I just noticed the 9 of Cups in the reverse at the back of the deck. So both of you didn't get what you want, the outcome you wanted with this connection. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you want this person back? Do you not want this person back? Just interested to know. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. What don't they necessarily tell others about pile 2, but keep to themselves instead? Okay, 4 of Swords reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed. 3 of Pentacles reversed. And Temperance reversed. Okay, so I feel like both of you just couldn't work well together. Both of you just had a lot of fights, a lot of conflict. And it sort of took away the peace from this connection, where there was a constant feeling of restlessness, a constant feeling of anxiety. It wasn't a healthy love anymore. And it's sort of like both of you maybe tried to work on this connection, but it just never happened the way you wanted. Like I said before, the High Priestess reverse, maybe both of you intuitively knew that things weren't going to work, but you kept trying or kept trying to sort of control the outcome or force the situation to work. But it's almost like the more we tried, the less it worked. Maybe for some of you, it was just not the right time. Maybe both of you weren't ready yet. Maybe for others of you, they were just not the one for you. maybe not the person you're meant to be with. And maybe for others of you, I'm seeing something about, I'm seeing Elaine and Seinfeld. They dated in the past in that series. I think his name's Jerry, if I'm not mistaken. They dated in the past and then they decided actually they're better as friends. So I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. So maybe for some of you, it's a situation where maybe a relationship romantically isn't the best for you, because I feel most of these connections are romantic. If not, just ignore the message. Um, but you'd work better as friends only. So take whatever resonates with you, what you feel you intuitively resonate with. And don't doubt your own intuition, because your own intuition is always going to guide you to what's meant for you. You know, use your own spiritual discernment. And if you don't know yet, then I guess only time will tell. With the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, maybe there was also problems with money for some of you. Maybe there was like fights about money or problems with money in general. And it's sort of like you two just couldn't see eye to eye or agree on a thing or work as a team. And impatience was growing here because both of you wanted to change something here, but it just didn't seem to be working. So this is what they don't tell others and keep to themselves instead when it comes to you. So now I'm going to pull your oracle cards. Okay, so spirit guides of pile number 2, spirit guides of pile number 2s. What don't they tell other people about pile 2 and keep to themselves instead? Okay, you have summoning power in the reverse, instinct, intellect, and control, telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. I don't know why I'm messing up my words. Go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, and receiving. And bright heart light, open connections. One thing they don't tell people is they still believe that you two could have love in the future, that you two could come back together. I'm seeing the twin flame card pop out, but it never came out within the pile. So I don't think that message is for everybody. You'll know if you intuitively resonate with that. You know, pile 2, this could just be what they're maybe thinking. Like, even if they don't know about twin flames, maybe they think you're soulmates of some kind of soul connection. And they don't necessarily tell people that. It could not even be that, because this is just what they're thinking. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm very careful about saying twin flame connections because I don't want anybody to stay stuck on a toxic person that isn't good for them. You know what I mean? So use your spiritual discernment, like I said before. But maybe that's a confirmation for somebody here if you've always felt that way. So go with the flow. It's sort of like this person isn't telling other people that they're sort of just going with the flow, that they're not necessarily forcing the connection to come back together. With the spiral shell above her head, they're trying to learn from what went wrong in your connection, so that if you two were to ever, if fate was to ever bring you two together, then they would be able to fix the things from the past and create a clean slate with you. So they're open to receiving it, but they're also not necessarily forcing it if it's not meant to be. So they're letting you go for now, but they're hoping that life will eventually bring you two back together. They don't necessarily tell people that they still love you, that they still think of you, that they still care for you, but yeah, that's what I see. So this person believes that, I don't know if this person's spiritual, but they believe that you two have some kind of telepathic connection and that you two sort of like speak to each other through your minds, or can sort of finish each other's sentences, or just know what the other person is thinking. Like, you two have that deep bond. That's what they think, but don't tell people. One thing I'm noticing within these two cards is these two women are wearing the same bracelet. I don't know if it's the same woman. I can't really tell with their faces, but maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe they still wear something that you gave them. Because that's the first intuitive thought coming to mind. Or let's say you gave them a gift, or they have certain photos of you on their phone, they still keep it. There's something they still keep associated to a memory with you, and they don't tell people that it's associated to you, or they don't show people that. There's also something about still being loyal to you in a way where if anybody says anything about you, they'll still defend you, but not tell people why. Like, for example, let's say one of this person's friends say, oh, like, I don't think they were the right one for you anyway. Maybe they defend you and they're like, no, I'm the one that messed up, kind of like that type of energy. Sort of protecting you in a way and the way other people see you. For a lot of you, this person still cares for you. But maybe they also don't tell people that they didn't work on the connection soon enough so that it could become better. Maybe for others of you, the disloyalty that was there in the past, or what actually messed up the connection or weakened it. So yeah, this is what I have for you, pile 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this red Jasper crystal and the 7 of Wands, then this is your reading. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button if you like tarot content and if you'd like to stay up to date with what I post daily. I am going to be doing a giveaway when I reach 25k subs, so if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on any of my recent uploads. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what they don't tell others about you and keep to themselves instead. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay, so spirit guides of pile number 3, spirit guides of pile number 3s. We have the High Priestess showing up next. I'm feeling a sensation. I'll tell you about it now. What don't they necessarily tell others about pile 3? Keep to themselves. Knight of Swords. The 2 of Wands in the reverse. The Death and Rebirth card. And 2 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so one thing I see about this person is they're actually quite a private person. They don't like to tell people about anything going on in their lives that is too private. So when it comes to your connection as well, they don't necessarily let people into the energy. I don't know if this person's spiritual or just their intuition tells them that they shouldn't tell people about their plans or what's happening, behind the scenes in the connection, or, almost like they don't want to let people into their energetic bubble. And I noticed here on the 7 of Wands card, we have this rune over here. I don't know if you can see it. I know that's a protection rune, so it's sort of like either unconsciously this person just feels they shouldn't tell people their business, and it's an unconscious intuition, or this person knows about the evil eye and spirituality and they don't want to let people into that energy. So either or of those, take what resonates with you. So the sensation I was feeling when I was pulling your cards was I felt a sensation in my ear as if I was on a plane. And when you're on a plane and your ears kind of get blocked and you're about to land, it's sort of like this person isn't necessarily telling people the plans for the future with the Knight of Swords, where you two are going, where you two are sort of wanting to land within your connection. And I find it so funny that the High Priestess came out so quickly. It just flew out. So it's like maybe their intuition either subconsciously tells them, don't tell people about what you want in the future with this person, because their energy can kind of mix into it and affect the future energies of the connection. They don't want any other outside opinions blocking what they want to do, not just for the connection, but for themselves too. They don't want any other outside opinions to sort of change their mind or make them doubt it. Because I feel like this person has told people in the past their plans for the future, and people always just try to find a way to plant doubt in your mind or ask certain questions where maybe they're not trying to make you doubt, maybe they're concerned or worried. But it's like, this person almost gives me that vibe of, let me just live my life. If I make mistakes, I make mistakes. I'll learn from them. So some people don't do it with bad intentions because they worry for this person. But it's almost like this person doesn't want that, doesn't want to know about that. They just want to do what they want to do without anybody influencing their decisions so that they can have a fully clear mind. This person feels confident about the connection and where it may be going. Intuitively feels they were meant to cross paths with you and that you were meant to encounter each other and that your connection can go somewhere good in the future. It's sort of like with the Two of Wands reversed, they don't want other people looking into the connection. I'm just seeing that intuitively since she's looking out of the window. They don't want other people to see what's going on. So it's almost like they want the window to have curtains so nobody can see what's going on in your connection metaphorically. And with the Two of Pentacles reversed, it's because other people can maybe affect the stability of the connection and how things actually transform or change in your connection for the better with their maybe negative intentions, jealousy, or just their hidden opinions that may not be, hidden opinions that may either be malicious or may not be beneficial to the connection. And now I'm feeling that ear thing again. So it's kind of like this person believes that your connection is building up momentum to land somewhere great, to go somewhere great, and they don't want other people influencing that. We have the Empress in the reverse, so maybe there's something here about children, either wanting children or not wanting children for the romantic connections here. If this is a platonic connection, then I guess this could just be maybe the way you two nurture each other. That's what I'm getting intuitively. But I'm also getting intuitively, since the Empress is the representation of creation, we see Gaia here, where the earth is being created in her pregnant belly. Mother Earth, it's like I'm intuitively feeling the message so that nobody can destroy what we want to create. Because the Empress in reverse makes me think of destruction, like the opposite of creation. Okay, so we have the Hermit. I don't know if this person believes a lot of people are jealous of your connection. I just get that intuitively. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. So yeah, for most of you, this is a romantic connection you're asking about. So yeah, they're not necessarily telling people the future plans. That's a message I keep seeing over and over again. Because this person has a lot of hope for where your connection can go in the future, the Star. And I'm hearing divinely guided. They believe that this connection was divinely guided. They don't even want to tell people about maybe certain thoughts they have of you or the connection. They don't want anybody's energy to influence it or anybody's thoughts or opinions to influence how they think of you or how they think of the connection. And not that it will, but it's sort of like irritating to them to hear another person's opinion that doesn't match up to theirs, because sometimes people looking from the outside can see something different to what's actually happening within the connection, and they don't want that. And sometimes people can project their own fears, their own doubts, their own things of love. I've seen so many times where somebody maybe projects their own fears of love onto the other person, where maybe their relationships didn't work out and they're like, oh, you shouldn't trust anybody, blah, 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 or like, that type of energy. So yeah, with a hermit, again, they're a very private person. They want to keep these things to themselves. Like most of everything within your connection, they keep to themselves. Everything that happens, the love in your connection. I'm even feeling for some of you, like maybe this person posts you on social media sometimes, but not all the time. Even things they're doing on the daily, plans they're making for their dreams and goals, they don't even want to share that with people until the full result is there. Okay. So what don't they tell others about pile number 3 and keep to themselves instead? Judgment. Page of Swords in reverse. I'm hearing the song. I forgot who it's by. That's like, I get messages from the stars when you're making love to me. So maybe there's something about the spiritual connection you have. Like maybe this person believes you have some kind of deep spiritual connection. And maybe there's something about the sensuality between the two of you if this is a romantic connection. If not, then just discard that message because this is a general reading. 7 of Swords reversed. This person's ancestors are heavily guiding them and protecting them. And this person's ancestors have sort of put it in this person's mind, never tell people your plans. Like, I don't know, this person's ancestors always stop them before they want to say something. So let's say this person wants to say something to a certain someone about how happy they are within the connection. And then all of a sudden, something tells them not to tell that person. And then they listen and they don't know why, but maybe that person would be jealous to know they're happy in that connection. Maybe not maliciously, but maybe sometimes a person can envy that because maybe their relationship isn't going so well. Sometimes that happens where a person's not trying to envy, but it's sort of like maybe they wish they had that, and then a little bit of envy is there. So I keep seeing those same messages over and over again. Also, maybe this person believes that your ancestors, or maybe this is just coming up within the reading if they don't know this, if they're not spiritual, maybe your ancestors brought you two together to help clear the ancestral line, especially if you already have children with this person, or if you want kids with this person, intend to have that kind of future with them. I guess our message isn't going to be for everybody, because not everybody here maybe wants kids or even is at that level where you see yourself with that person yet. But if you do resonate with that, then maybe you're meant to pass down different cycles to your children than what were passed down from both your ancestral lines. Bring a different energy to the ancestral line. So you're definitely both ancestral cycle breakers coming together to bring a new love to the generational line. So the next card we have is the 6 of Wands. This person doesn't tell people about the successes of you, the achievements of you, the achievements of them, and the success of your connection and how well it's going. Because yes, some people could praise that and be happy, but then some people secretly want what you have with the 9 of Cups, and maybe their envy sort of like influences the connection in some way. The 9 of Pentacles, so maybe they also don't tell people like the sort of future they wish to have with you, what they wish with you to have, in your connection. They don't tell people how far you've gone together, how much you've grown together in your connection. And they don't tell people maybe what it took to grow this connection to where it is today. What maybe this person had to release or like grow as a person so that the connection can grow too. So maybe there's also something about how much this person treasures you, the Three of Swords. So I just intuitively feel with the Three of Swords, there's maybe certain people around this person that have been heartbroken before, that haven't had the best luck in love and haven't exactly gotten what they wanted in love consistently, where they've maybe only had bad relationships that have failed. So it's sort of like as well, this person doesn't want to rub it in their faces. So this person doesn't necessarily talk too much about you because they don't want to rub it in these people's faces or make them even more sad. But I could also read this in a different way, Knight of Cups. Maybe they don't tell people about the hardships you experience within your connection, the moon in the reverse. So maybe they keep it hidden. Maybe they only tell people surface level things of what happens. And then we have the sun here, so they definitely don't tell people about the happy moments either. Or they try not to, unless they really trust the person. It kind of just feels like they're telling the surface level things only. You don't see what's happening, the deeper sides of the connection, of what's happening behind the scenes. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, the Eight of Wands in reverse. So maybe they don't tell people that they could never move on from you, that they could never imagine a life without you. I don't know. I really feel this message that somebody in their life has felt unlucky within love, so then they don't tell this person. Because it almost seems like this person's a little bit bitter. Queen of Swords reverse. I'm just getting intuitive message of bitterness. I don't think that's the tarot card meaning, but that's just the intuitive thoughts I get. So now let's take a look at your oracle cards. So spirit guides of pile number 3, spirit guides of pile number 3s. What don't they tell people and keep to themselves about pile 3? We have harvest, gathering of blessings. So definitely the blessings that have come within your connection, the fact that you're a blessing to them, the fact that I also feel like you've made them feel good enough. You've helped them build confidence within themselves. The love between the two of you is healing, or you're trying to heal certain things within the connection. They don't tell people about that. Divine Masculine in the reverse. Sometimes this person is felt out of your league, or like you're out of their league, sorry. But it's like you show them that they're good enough for you. You make them feel so blessed and so lucky to have a person like you. They don't tell people about that. And about, like I said, the blessings they want in the future with you. And 4-4 reminds me of protection. Then we have building your world, creation, expansion, networking. So, they want to build outside relationships, for example, within their career. Outside relationships like friendships. And they want to grow those connections without necessarily bringing you into the mix. Not because they don't want to show you off or anything like that, but because it almost feels like some people they talk to are still strangers. They're still getting to know them, and they don't fully know if they can trust them with everything yet. So it's kind of like they don't want to involve you within that because of that. So I think this is all I have for you. This reading was a little bit shorter, but I don't want it to be so repetitive the whole time and sound like a broken record. This is all I see for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.